Hello guys, Roberto Parker here with Innovative Sports Training. It's time for Health Detective Series. Let me ask you a question. Can you lose weight without exercising? The answer is yes. But let me put a qualification on it. Can you do it in a very healthy-like manner? The answer is still yes. Let's talk about metabolism. The purpose of the metabolism is basically it is a stress barometer to see what's going on relative to your food, your sleep, your hunger, the weather, climate, whether you're hot or cold, you're too hot or too cold, activity level. And from that, hormones are metabolic messengers of the metabolism. So when food, sleep, temperature, activity get out of balance, hormones will give you feedback as to what's out of balance with your metabolism. If things are in balance, hormones are pretty much the same. They will not become out of balance. The total metabolic picture is this. NEAT, NEAT, which is your non-exercise associated thermogenesis. Thermogenesis means energy expenditure. That consists of only 15% of the total metabolic picture. EAT, which is exercise associated thermogenesis, is only 5%. So non-exercise associated thermogenesis is 10% higher than exercise associated thermogenesis. BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is the big boy. That consists of 70%. That is an indicator of what your metabolism is doing while you're at rest, while you're working, while you're eating, while you're sleeping. So that's pretty much 80% of what's going on in your life every day is your BMR. TEF, thermal effective food, that's about 10%. I'll talk more about that in the next series, which is, can I lose weight without dieting? That's going to be our next health detective topic. More about that next time. Now, the biggest effect on RMR, which is still your BMR, is low intensive exercise. Okay? And you have to increase the duration of your movement. So if you're going to lose weight without exercise, you better be spending a heck of a lot of time right here, right there. And that means getting the equivalent of about 10,000 to 20,000 steps a day, which means about an hour and a half, maybe an hour to an hour and a half, up to maybe 2.5 to 3 hours of non-stop moving every single day in order to lose weight and even maybe get into somewhat of a maintenance phase. So that's a lot of steps, I realize that. But you got to do it if you're not going to exercise. Now, you also must develop what we call metabolic inefficiency. That means you don't want your body to become accustomed to whatever you're doing. So you have to change up what you're doing. Instead of just walking every day, you play a little bit of tennis. Maybe you go for a hike through the woods. You play some badminton. You maybe go for a bicycle ride. You change up what you're doing occasionally. Because if you do the same thing all the time, guys, what will happen, your body will become accustomed to that. It becomes too efficient, and you will not have the same metabolic effect here. That can actually diminish. Change your movement patterns and workout activity, which what I just talked about. You have to change up what you're doing, because if you do the same thing all the time, your body will become stagnant. It will go into almost hibernation-like mode. That's why you see many people who go to the gym for the same amount of time every day, same day every week, same exercise, and they never lose weight. You ever seen that before? Same guy over the treadmill, same lady doing step aerobics class, and they never lose weight because they never change what they're doing. You have to change what you're doing. But can you lose weight without exercise? The answer is yes. I don't always recommend that because there is a place for intensive exercise. But there's some people who just hate exercise. Maybe you just don't want to make time to do it. So if you're not going to make time to do structured exercise, and exercise is different from activity. Activity is more just moving. Exercise is more structured, it's more competitive, it's more sports-like. If you're going to do that, you better be spending a lot of time in that activity mode, moving around 2.5 to 3 hours a day. Big time. Place more emphasis on health instead of weight loss. In other words, and this is one of my favorite sayings, train for health and aesthetics, looks will follow. If you train for looks, oftentimes what will happen, your body will develop imbalances. And getting back up to here, things become out of balance, those hormones get out of balance, and there's all sort of metabolic disorders that can occur. And as I said, our next series will be on, can I lose weight without dieting? So guys, the bottom line is this. Yes, you can lose weight without exercise, but you better be spending a lot of time being active. Now, being active, once again, walking, hiking, playing tennis, going for a nice bike ride with friends. So here's kind of a rule of thumb. If you're active, you ought to be able to do it with friends and talk and hold a conversation. If you're exercising with intensity, you cannot do that. It's hard to do a 200-pound power clean and talking to your friends at the same time. It's hard to go out and run wind sprints and talk to your friends at the same time. But you can go out and walk for 2 hours a day and talk to your friends. Walk your dog. That's kind of a rule of thumb. Okay, guys, that about wraps it up. Once again, stay tuned for the next series on Can I Lose Weight Without Dieting? I'll go more into the metabolic efficiency of eating. Guys, I hope this has been helpful to you. These talks are meant to empower you and to educate you. If you need any help with any assessment, hormonal assessment, any dietary assessment, nutritional assessment, private consultation sessions, classes, training, sports performance training for speed, agility, quickness, please call me. My name is Roberto Parker. Once again, I'm an Innovative Sports Training. My number is 816-405-7703. My email is rwpsports@yahoo.com. Please look me up. Take care and God bless. Bye.